Hey friends, today we're drawing one of my favorite flowers, the coneflower or Echinacea. It kind of looks like a sunflower, but with a lot more personality. We're using touch hard tip markers for this one. And I'll take you through the whole process, from sketches to color dots, so grab your markers. And let's get started. Sketching a basil. Starting with the sketch, begin by roughly blocking out the shape of the flower. Don't worry about the details just yet. We're just getting the overall form down. Next, draw the long outer petals. They're called ray florets, kind of like long tongues. You can add a couple of layers. 2 rings of petals is usually enough. It's totally okay if the petals aren't identical. Actually, that makes it look more natural. Try adding little splits at the tips of the petals, or leave some gaps between them for a more airy look. Now for the leaves. Coneflower leaves are long and slender. Feel free to add a bit of curl to them to keep things dynamic. Let's move to the center. This part is made up of tons of tiny flowers that form the cone shape. They grow from the center outward, and the lower ones get partly covered by the ones on top. You can draw them one by one. Just take your time with this part. And add little zigzag or jagged edges to show texture. Make some bigger, some smaller. Once the overall shape feels balanced, you can refine the form a bit more, and that's your sketch done. If you'd rather skip the inking and jump to coloring, you can go straight to 441. But if you're sticking with me, here are a few tips for cleaning line work. For this version, the center florets are fully open, so we're drawing each tiny flower in detail. Where 2 florets connect, try thickening the lines at those joints. It really helps the structure pop. To show layers, add a few diagonal lines between florets to suggest the lower ones peeking through. You can also exaggerate the size of the center and shrink the outer petals to create a top-heavy feel, making it look more dramatic. Don't forget to leave a few small gaps between the outer petals. It helps it feel less stiff. For the leaves, you can use a line color that's close to your greens for a softer effect. And once the line work is done, feel free to go back and outline the whole flower with a bolder stroke to define it. Add some broken or dotted lines on the petals too, just to suggest their texture and flow. Coloring. Time to have fun. Now for the fun part, coloring. We're starting with a light purple base for the petals. Keep it light, and try leaving the tips white to show highlights. Add a little more pigment near the base of the petals. Focus especially on the petals underneath or that are overlapping. Those should be darker. And don't stress if the edges aren't perfectly filled in. It adds to the charm. For the cone center, go heavier near the bottom and outer edge. That's where the shadow hits. You can also blend in a soft pink on the areas catching light. Adds a nice warmth. Use a pinkish purple to deepen the folds and shadows between the petals. And layer some light blue at the petal bases or in hidden areas to cool things down a bit. Now, grab a deeper purple and go in for the darkest shadows. Then take a lighter shade and gently blend out any uneven streaks. You can dot in some darker tones too, especially in the lower florets where things are more hidden. Back to the petals, touch up any that needs a bit more contrast underneath, and smooth things out. Now for the leaves. Lay down a base with a bright green blue. Then start adding shadows with a deeper, slightly bluer green. Follow the natural curves of the leaves to build those shadows. And if you want the leaves to look more cool-toned, layered in a soft blue over the top, it makes a huge difference. Tips and final touches. A couple of quick tips before we wrap up. Coneflowers have a super interesting structure, kinda like sunflowers, but more dramatic. You can totally play with proportions, like making the center bigger, and petals smaller for extra flair. The key to this whole piece is the line work. Once your sketches and ink lines are solid, the coloring becomes so much easier. Just follow the shadows and blend a little, and that's it. Your coneflower is complete. This flower is so great for practicing patience and fine details. Plus, it just looks really cool when you're done. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend who loves coloring too. I'll see you in the next video. Happy creating!